You are on.
I'll call the reorganization meeting to order. Item 1.2, to swear in the newly elected board member. Debbie?
So Corey, repeat after me. I, Corey Duclos,
I, Corey Duclos,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States of America
that I will support the Constitution of the United States of America
and the Constitution of the State of New York,
and the Constitution of the State of New York,
and that I will faithfully discharge the duties
and that I will faithfully discharge the duties
of the office of the board member
of the office of the board member
of the Board of Education
of the Board of Education
at Hamilton Central School
at Hamilton Central School
according to the best of my ability.
according to the best of my ability.
Good. Now I just need for you to sign this. Dave?
Thank you, Debbie. Congratulations, Corey. Officially welcome to you. Item new business, item 2.1, election of the board president. We need a recommended action, motion to nominate somebody to the president of the Board of Education for the 2018-2019 school year.
I would like to move to nominate Michelle Jacobson to the position of president. She did a great job last year. And she's also the only member of the board that was a student here as well as a board member and a parent. So I think that gives her a great breadth of information and background to do the job. So
I'll second that.
All those in favor?
is there any discussion on other nominations?
Discussion, sorry. You already had.
I did, but I didn't know if anybody else wanted to, or if there are any other nominations that come up.
Any discussion?
Are you accepting the nomination?
I will.
Do they ever move that nominations be closed? Has this board done that?
No.
No.
Okay, I'll be quiet. Already had some-
Good discussion.
No, sometimes they'll move nominations be closed second, but whatever.
Oh,
There you go, just do what you're gonna do.
you do it.
Other discussions?
What you-
All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? Item 2.2. Thank you. I guess I get to keep reading.
Yes, you do, for the rest of the night.
The rest of the year.
For the rest of the year.
Vice President.
We need a motion for the nomination for vice president for the 2018-2019 school year.
I move to nominate Ellen Larson as Vice President of the Board of Education for the 2018-19 school year.
A second. Any discussion?
Ellen, are you interested?
I can do
Okay.
that. The best of my ability.
Yeah, really.
To the best of my ability.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Item 2.3, to swear in. Debbie, I assume this is.
Yes, so we will start with you, Michelle. I, Michelle Jacobson,
I, Michelle Jacobson,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support
that I will support
the Constitution of the United States
the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of New York,
and the Constitution of the State of New York,
and that I will faithfully discharge
and that I will faithfully discharge
the duties of the office
the duties of the office
of President of the Board of Education
of President of the Board of Education
at Hamilton Central School
at Hamilton Central School
according to the best of my ability.
according to the best of my ability.
Okay, and I'll have you sign it in a minute. And Ellen, I, Ellen Larson,
I, Ellen Larson,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States of America
that I will support the Constitution of the United States of America
and the Constitution of the State of New York,
and the Constitution of the State of New York,
and that I will faithfully discharge
and that I will faithfully discharge
the duties of the office
the duties of the office
of Vice President of the Board of Education
of Vice President of the Board of Education
at Hamilton Central School
at Hamilton Central School
according to the best of my ability.
according to the best of my ability.
Okay, the two of you need to sign. I'll read the recess date.
Congratulations.
And then-
I'm living here, you date and sign it.
I expected a pen, not one.
If you're good, you can have one.
Item 2.4, a motion to approve the appointment of Deborah L. Curley as the district clerk as recommended by the superintendent.
I'll move.
Second?
Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
She didn't pay me enough to vote no's.
Item 2.5, a motion to approve the appointment of Deborah Welsh as district treasurer and to authorize a bonding of $275,000 as recommended by the superintendent.
I'll move.
Second?
Any discussion?
Is I apologize for not knowing this, but Debbie is the present treasurer?
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
All those in favor?
Aye.
A motion to approve the appointment of Deborah Welsh as the treasurer of extracurricular accounts as recommended by the superintendent.
I'll move.
Second?
Discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
A motion to approve the appointment of Kevin Ellis and William Dowslin as comptroller of the extracurricular accounts as recommended by the superintendent.
I'll move.
Second?
Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
A motion to approve the appointment of Deborah L. Curley as the tax collector and to authorize a bonding of $275,000 as recommended by the superintendent.
So moved.
I'll second.
Discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
A motion to designate the superintendent of schools as the tax levying body and shall designate that such delegation authority of authority as applicable, only where the recommended refund or credit is $2,500 or less.
I'll move.
Second?
Discussion? In favor?
Aye.
A motion to designate Matthew Crum as the law enforcement unit as recommended by the superintendent.
I'll move.
Second?
Discussion?
What exactly does that mean?
We talked about that.
I think.
Okay, as long as you guys are as clear as I am.
I think
We talked about
I
it.
remember talking about it last year, too.
Yeah, I asked the same question, and Debbie's response. I wish Matt were here. because
Yeah.
Yeah, he really knows.
He does know it.
It's a math thing, and it's something that came up, like, I don't know, a few years ago. Like,
He has a badge and everything.
yeah, he does have a badge and everything. So basically, if something is
Something.
You have to have someone in
in the
school
building,
that
if the
does this.
police can't get here right away, it's like, Matt kind of stops it until they show up. And when they, you have to have somebody in the building to do that. So you get a badge and everything to do that.
Well, that's kind of neat.
Yeah. So-
Good for him.
Does he use it inside his wallet in case he stops?
No, it's right up on his wall.
It's on his wall.
In which case we should nominate Hans.
Yes, of course. No, I settled my debt with the Morrisville. Day one.
You tried.
Peter capitulated.
Morrisville 1P0.
Yes.
All those in favor?
Aye.
He took a quick morning.
Ever since.
A motion to designate Matthew Crum and William Dowslin and Kevin Ellis as DASA coordinators.
I'll move.
And that's,
Oops.
okay, move, go ahead.
That's one.
Move second.
I'll second.
That's Dignity for All Students Act. Just thought I would describe what that meant. Any other discussion?
Yeah, We always try to get a woman, and we are apparently always unsuccessful in getting a woman to be one of the DASSA coordinators.
I've
Yeah.
forgotten about that, but you're right.
We have, yeah. I think the reason that we have been unsuccessful in that is we need, it's an administrative position. If we're gonna have one of our counselors do it, then they're at risk of their students in the reporting. Has to do with the reporting.
Okay.
But if we had an administrator who was a female, certainly they could do that.
Okay, I mean, I thank you, because I remember that it being a sort of reporting to oneself kind of situation. Okay, thank you.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? A motion to establish a petty cash fund in the amount of $100 to be administered by Deborah Welsh as recommended by the superintendent.
I also move.
Second?
Any discussion?
In all honesty, is that enough? I mean,
Yeah.
it seemed like quite a few years ago it was that also, and I just don't know, does that cover the needs that come up that we don't expect? So is
Yes,
that-
because it's only for little things
Right.
that we have to run uptown to get, so.
But in this day and age, little things still cost like $100, so
Yeah, but.
Okay,
no,
as long as
like
we haven't had a
smaller
problem with
things like,
that's fine. As long as we haven't had a problem with it, then
yeah,
that's good.
that hasn't seemed to be a problem.
Okay.
Other discussion?
No.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion to establish a petty cash fund in the amount of $75 to be administered by Andrea Cass as recommended by the business manager.
I'll move.
Second.
Discussion?
Just be the same question, I'm assuming.
The same question.
That's for lunches for students.
No, last year when we asked, they said, yeah.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Item 2.14, a motion to designate Deborah Welsh treasurer as the official signer of the district checks and in their absence, the superintendent of schools.
I'll move.
Second.
Any discussion? I have one thing. And in her absence, just clarify. But there.
Those two are the only two that can sign the checks.
But it says Deborah Welsh, treasurer,
Mm-hmm.
As the official signer, and in
She's-
her absence.
and in
Michelle
her
is
absence, the
Superintendent.
Right, it's
superintendent
not
of
plural.
schools.
Deborah Welsh isn't plural, she's one person.
So there would be at the end of the sentence as opposed to in the middle. Just saying. Anyways, all those in favor?
Aye.
Thank you.
Grammar Nazis are here.
I know what you mean, but I didn't know that caught that.
Because
I mean,
usually
that's really
mine
pretty
says-
good.
I don't see.
That's usually my
That's
job.
mine says something different.
Well, it says, as the official signer of district checks and in their absence, there's not more than one person. that
Oh,
can be
ours says
absent.
her,
Mine
mine
says
says her.
her.
Says
Oh,
her.
ours doesn't.
Oh.
Says there.
Funny.
Ours say her.
That's why I'm like, I don't understand.
Yeah, me neither, mine says her.
Mine says her too.
I'm
Well, that's
looking
good.
online and it
Correct.
says there, so
Mine
it's
says
not
there.
crazy.
Okay.
Her.
Anyways, motion to authorize the superintendent of schools and business manager to make transfers within and between major budget categories.
I'll say.
Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
A motion to approve,
Exactly.
how do we say
That
that?
company.
Weinar and Company as the independent auditor as recommended by the superintendent.
I'll move.
Second.
They've been good.
Discussion, other than they're good?
That's our continuing.
Yeah, that's a contingent, they've been good. We
Good
had
question.
outside auditors.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Yeah.
A motion to approve Matthew Crum as the 403B liaison.
I'll move.
Second.
Discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Motion to approve the appointment of Linda O'Keefe as claims auditor as recommended by the superintendent.
Move.
Second.
Discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Motion to approve the law firm of Ferreira and Forenza as the school attorneys as recommended by the superintendent.
Move.
Second? Can I second? No.
I'll second.
As soon as I said it, I'm like, nope. Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Motion to appoint Community Memorial Hospital for school physician services as recommended by the superintendent.
Move.
Second.
Discussion?
That works for you, Ellen?
It works for me.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Motion to designate the Mid-York Weekly as the official newspaper for the school district as recommended by the superintendent.
Move.
Second?
Any discussion?
Are you still gonna be around next week?
Here we are.
Yeah, the same discussion as last year for me is, it's not a widely seen, but it seems to be working for us as of now with our other,
And nothing else is better.
and nothing else is
unfortunately.
better,
This
so,
is where our official,
Official posting of notifications.
yeah. I mean, we post other
We're
places
legal
as well,
notices,
but,
so
right.
it's very close. It's really what it is. It's for legal notices.
We have to have one.
yeah.
And so then there's
And
really
there's really
nothing.
nothing better other than like a Utica, well, Utica is the same.
They are.
No, Utica Observer would be like 3 times the
Oh,
amount
that's
of money
right.
that we pay for to do the same thing.
So it does seem like better option. I don't want to say best because I think that's what
Is Mid-York Weekly available online? Can people view it online if they look?
only portions of it.
I don't know.
Only portions of it.
Does anybody look at the Mid-York Weekly, either online or in paper? It's
I get
There you go. So circulation of one.
I get it every week.
Actually, it's a circulation of 218, wasn't it last year?
Yes, I think so.
So all in favor?
What do we got?
All opposed? Motion to designate NBT Bank, Community Bank, and HSBC as depository for school funds as recommended by the superintendent.
I'll move.
Second.
Can somebody remind me why we use all three? Is there a reason we use all three or just for flexibility?
Keep all your local businesses happy.
Rates potentially, maybe one of
And
extra points,
Okay.
0.006.
Okay, maybe, that's a good point that I
It might
hadn't considered actually.
rates.
We can ask
Yeah,
Matt when he comes back.
This has been the way it's been.
Yeah. I think, again, I think we talked about it last year, I just don't remember.
I'll have Matt email you tomorrow.
Okay. As soon as he gets back.
Okay.
First thing
First
he
thing.
does, even before a couple.
First order of business.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Motion to limit the maximum amount of wire transfer at $1 million.
I'll move.
That should cover it.
Oh, you're not gonna ask Debbie whether that's enough?
All those in favor? No comments, discussion?
Aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? Motion to appoint the superintendent of schools as the Freedom of Information Officer.
I'll move.
I have to get.
Second.
I will take on.
It is all you.
I'll take on the role play.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
Congratulations.
The hard job is the records access. It's harder.
Yeah. Let's see, where did I leave off? Motion to appoint William Dowsland and/or Matthew Crum as the Title IX compliance officers.
Move.
Second.
Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Motion to appoint the Director of Facilities as the asbestos designee, as recommended by the superintendent.
I'll move.
Second.
Discussion?
Can anybody clarify for me what that person's job is?
Asbestos, is that the one we're on?
They're just, they're just identifying asbestos, they're not responsible for being trained to remove it?
Yeah, he has to go to training
Training.
So whoever the person is, and
If they
presumably,
It's Craig.
Craig,
yeah.
and he's been trained.
Oh, yeah,
They
it does
have-
every year.
They sign off.
And he's our interim for now,
Mhm.
so, but whoever the new person is then has to be trained. That was my question.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes to all.
And that's why it's listed as director of facilities. I mean, right now, we have an interim position. so-
Then it just goes.
And then it goes,
over to
okay.
the-
Excellent.
All those in favor? I forgot that part.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion to appoint Matthew Crum and Debbie Curley as the records access officers.
I'll move.
Second?
Discussion? Thank you.
I oppose.
I can't reach you to pay you.
All those in favor?
Congratulations. That's our,
And our condolences then.
Motion to appoint the superintendent of schools and Matthew Crum as members of the Madison Oneida Health Plan Consortium.
I'll move.
Second?
Discussion? All those in favor?
Representative.
I went,
Aye.
we're talking numbers.
That's why you said that.
It's like my wife, when you start talking insurance, okay. We were there, it's good, it's a good consortium.
Motion to establish the mileage reimbursement at the IRS rate currently at 54.5 cents per month.
I'll move.
Second.
All those in favor?
Well, wait,
Sorry,
wait, wait,
discussion.
wait. Would it make more sense if the motion action was establish the mileage reimbursement at the IRS rate, period? Because otherwise, we voted for it at this rate, and if it changes,
We change it in January usually, but Debbie needs to know the rate now.
right, but if we just say that
Yeah.
we should, in my opinion, we should vote that we're going to establish our mileage rate at the IRS rate. If that goes up, down, or whatever it is, what you do, but then we're not locking in at a price, we're just saying we're using the IRS rate.
Like the other one, you have the rationale note, this one could be.
Yeah, so I would move that, I mean, I would vote that other one down, and then, okay, move to amend that it says the recommended action is to establish the mileage reimbursement at the IRS rate, period.
Okay.
I'll second that motion.
Any more discussion? All those in favor of the amended motion?
Aye.
Motion to approve the 18-19 certified substitute teacher rate of $85 per day, uncertified teacher $75 per day. After the 20th day of accumulated service, substitute service within the school year, the per diem rate will be $90.80 for each day thereafter. And for all retired teachers, a per diem rate of $95 per day, substitute teacher aides $10.40 per hour, with the subsequent changes to $11.10 an hour effective 12/31/18.
For the teachers, the recommended amount is $5 more than we're currently. Oh, I'm sorry. I was going to give you.
Can I have a motion?
I was gonna ask.
Move.
I'll move.
Go ahead.
Second?
I'll second.
Okay, now say it.
Is this a change from last year?
It's a change to $5 a day.
Okay.
And again, when you look at the $70 for the uncertified, even if that were a 7-hour day, you're approaching about $10 an hour. So the $5 is a little better. The over 20 days, all of it's $5 more. Everyone's certified over 20. And, go ahead. And it's in
I know that
neighborhood district.
Sherburne's rate this year was 85. Waterville's rate this year, just expired, was $90. I'm going to register the same objections that I registered last year, that I think we do ourselves no good by not being at least the rate of our most close competitors. And I also think that to pay substitute teacher aides $10.40, the minimum wage, means that you're getting minimally qualified persons. I understand our fiscal responsibility to taxpayers, but I think it's short-sighted.
You think they're low?
Yes, I absolutely do.
They're, yeah, Mike, you know, Sherburne, Waterville, I understand what you're saying. They're right within where Madison, Morrisville, Eaton are, you know, the other way. They're
Well,
right in that point.
Madison, I believe, was also, Madison might have been
80 or 85.
80. If
There's
it was
75
either-
and 80.
Yeah, they're right around where we are. So, yeah, just, yeah. We're in the ballpark, we're not.
We are
we're not ahead of
absolutely, we are absolutely in the ballpark. I completely understand, and I'm registering my objections nonetheless.
Other discussion?
Well, I mean, I would just echo what Harry said, and when we brought it up last year, I mean, in my opinion, we should be paying the best so that we get the best. So when it's the best substitute sitting up there and they have a choice between different schools, we get it. And I think it's a worthwhile investment.
I stopped trying to get jobs at Madison because Sherburne and Waterville
Pay better.
were paid better.
I mean, what else do you really have to judge on when you're subbing? If I got a day to go to Madison or I have a day to go to Hamilton, I'm only picking based on what, I mean, it's not like I'm doing long-term in the classroom, I'm gonna do what pays me best.
Okay.
So,
Yeah, I agree with that. I think it's, especially I know, you know, we're needing a lot of sub in Spanish right now.
Mhm.
Trouble finding somebody to be.
I mean, how many,
We,
on average, how many subs do we have, say, a day? Average.
5.
So that's a pretty
Yeah,
good chunk.
5 or 6.
5 or 6 is the
Yeah, 5 or
average.
6. And
5 or
more
6
getting
is
one or
the
two in a day, 8 or 9.
So I think that's a significant number of people we're trying to draw NFL spaces for, and I think we should get the best advantage we can to get the best people we can if we need that many every day.
so we have to vote on something right now.
You can turn it down.
Just so we know, like, the substitute teacher aid pay, we can't really go much further on it because of our salary schedules for our current aides that we have. If you go much further than that, you'll be losing some of our aides to go just the sub.
Well, our regular rates are 11.20 in September.
Well, my point is, we really can't have this discussion without Matt.
I think that's a good one too.
So my,
If you want to table this and have us come back at a regular meeting, we can do that.
we
don't
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 have to
have
do
to do
anything
this
for this,
every
because there are
We're
some
not
of
gonna
these
be
that we
hiring a
have to
substitute
do.
tomorrow, so.
Right, we're not
Okay.
using any subs.
So we can
Then
do
I
that.
move that we table this until we have Matt and can have a meaningful discussion about.
Can you table it as part of the discussion?
Yes, please. We can vote it down.
We do not have to vote it down.
No, table it, and
They,
then we'll bring it
they,
back.
you know.
We'll just
We
take
might
it
bring a
off.
different recommendation back.
So we need to
So,
vote to table it, right?
can I have?
Huh?
Go ahead.
I just mention also,
Each
even if
way.
we just drop the after 20 days, that puts us more in line with, if we just went at that rate
To begin with.
instead of after 20 days, that puts us.
The 5 more than even was recommended here,
Right.
right? That's what you're saying, Corey. So this could be 90, 80.
Is this after 20 days thing a routine is that, I mean, is that something that all districts do, or is that something quirky that we've done?
I think we've done that to try to keep the people who have subbed in our district, stay more than 20 days and you learn a little more. It's kind of that, I don't know how much incentive it really is. But we can administratively, we'll talk. I think we compare to surrounding districts, and this puts us kind of right in with them, if I'm not mistaken, Corey. I had looked.
It looks a little lower.
We're a little lower. Okay, let's redo it with Matt. We'll come back to you, okay?
Can I have a motion to table this motion?
I moved.
Didn't,
I did, yeah, I did move. I did move.
I moved.
Yeah.
All those in favor to table this motion?
aye.
Thank you.
A motion to authorize the superintendent to approve staff conferences.
Move.
Second.
Discussion?
No, we're good.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
A motion to readopt the Hamilton Central School Board of Education policies in effect during the 17-18 school year.
I'll move.
I'll second.
Discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
A motion to authorize the following employees to use cell phones issued under the district paid service agreement. Superintendent, business manager, secondary and elementary principals, district treasurer, director of facilities, and the head bus driver.
I'll move.
Second.
Discussion?
Yes, is there a reason that Andrea Cass is not, that the dining services aren't listed?
The people that are listed use it for probably calling the treasurer, she calls subs, business manager, superintendent. Andrea really probably doesn't make a whole lot of calls. I mean, that she would need it for.
Or could use the landline.
Right, she did a landline direct number, so I don't think she.
Yeah, I mean, I have no problem with this. I mean, does Craig, does the director of facilities, is his need obviously
Yes,
distinct?
because if he's out in the
Yeah.
field tonight.
Okay,
It's home,
okay, good,
the
okay,
boiler
that's-
go down, yeah.
Uh-huh,
Yeah,
okay.
That's good.
Other discussion? Those in favor? Opposed? Sometimes I can't hear everybody.
No.
So I can't hear everybody, I say opposed. Motion to approve the following school board meeting dates for 2018, 2019. July 9th, reorganization, regular and board workshop. And then August, September, October, November 14th, due to tax reports that are due on the 15th. December, January, February, March, April 23rd, it's BOCES date. May 21st, it's the budget vote elections, and then June. So we need to pick,
Is there a night of the week that you prefer that everyone can make?
do we, before we do this, can I have a motion?
Sorry.
Second?
I know.
I'm paying attention today.
Wait, I didn't hear who seconded it.
I'll second.
Okay, now let's do, is there a night of the week? A night of the week. So we've been doing first Thursday.
No, second.
Second Thursday.
Is there just a night of the week first? There's a Monday, not Monday, Monday's not good.
I
Tuesday,
would
Wednesday,
prefer not
Thursday.
Wednesdays.
Okay, not Wednesday, so Tuesday, Thursday.
Up until August 28th, Tuesdays are out for me. After August 28th, my Tuesdays should be free again.
Makes no difference to me.
Corey?
Thursdays
Thursdays are better.
Tuesdays or Thursdays.
They're fine with me.
So Thursdays?
So keep the
Take
Thursday.
the Thursdays now. I think, Terry, you had a conflict or a problem with Thursday the 16th.
Oh, as opposed to the dates that you said.
Of August, yeah, I was just saying that, that's the last of the Village on the Green concerts, and they're just fun to go to. So I just didn't want to miss that one if it was possible, but it's really not that big a deal.
So if we stayed with Thursday, I was asking for 2 in August, because
Yeah.
I think we have a lot to do. And then the end of the month really helps with getting school started with any last hirings, any.
Right.
I will not be here on the 9th of August, if that's a date.
Yeah.
It's my anniversary, I should be home.
Now we go on the week before, so.
I actually would like the third week of August because that's when tax levy, the equalization rates. I don't typically get them until close to around that time. If you don't have it the third week, then we'll have to have a special meeting.
Okay, so if our regular meeting were August, and that would be the 23rd, or is it
That's the fourth
16th?
week, 16th
Yeah,
is the
16th.
third.
The third week is fine, I just need it sometime the third week because of the equalization rates. I typically will get final rates about then where I can start my tax roll.
No, it's good, that's fine.
You're no good Tuesday.
No, I'm no good Tuesday.
Yeah, sure.
By September, Tuesdays are okay with me. But the 16th, I mean, I know
Okay,
it's
let's-
not good for Heritage.
Let's do August the 16th, and maybe Mary, you could leave, or?
It'll be okay, it'll be okay. It's JJ Murphy, he's a HCS grad,
And what time does he start?
7 o'clock.
Well,
We
let's
start at 6.
Well, how about we start at 5?
Could we? Alan, you get tight. What about 5:15, 5:30?
If you want to start at 5, just, I can try to clear my,
What?
5:30 is better.
5:30 is
Yeah,
better.
it's an hour and a half.
Yeah, that'll be
Yeah.
enough.
So August 16th will be 5:30. August 30th will be 6 o'clock if you vote for this. Okay.
And then the rest of them,
Are you looking for
are
the
we gonna do
third
the second Thursday or the third?
Second.
Second
Second
Thursday.
Thursdays.
Second Thursdays work for
So
everybody?
September's what date? No.
The 13th.
Yeah.
Okay, 9/13.
Then it would be 10, 11.
And November will be the 14th,
Uh,
just because it's got to
yeah.
be because of tax.
Yeah, because of tax.
Oh, because
I have to
That's a
go-
Wednesday,
Fixed.
14th.
Yeah, but
Yes,
I have to get the tax roll back.
Just saying, not clear.
And
unless we
then-
met the Thursday before. Debbie,
No, that's too early to.
Okay.
Yeah, close out.
So the 14th is a Wednesday, so
Yeah.
we're doing Wednesday the 14th?
Yep, that's no fun. I'll adjust that.
September 13th.
September 13th, October 11th,
November.
November 14th, which is a Wednesday.
Then we go December 13th.
That's the
Oh,
second,
third.
right?
Yep.
That's a Thursday.
And then January 10th. I'm just picking the
Go ahead,
second
yeah.
until you guys yell.
Oh, yeah, but yelled at me.
February 14th.
Is
Because
that
why
the-
wouldn't we want to be here on Valentine's Day? I really don't care about that, but I just say.
Want to push that one to the
Her
21st?
anniversary, she can't be.
That I
Wait,
know.
when's break?
No.
Break.
Great, that's right, so we better do 2/14. Bring your little cards, I love you. Remember those little
Let's make
cards.
sure you bring it up
We
for
can all go to
everybody.
Dollar General and get little,
Should we
And
bring a little
then-
bag?
March 14th,
March 14th,
then April 23rd.
April
That's a
23rd,
set date.
What?
April.
March 14th.
It's a BOCES
23rd.
date, it's a fixed date.
That's when I'll.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
No, April 23rd's a Wednesday, Debbie?
It's a Tuesday.
It's a Tuesday, so in parentheses, we'll put a T for Tuesday. May 21st is locked in, what day of the week is that?
Tuesday.
It's a
It's
Tuesday.
always the third Tuesday amongst your budget votes.
And then June, the second Wednesday is June.
13.
Boy, a lot of 13ths.
Well, it's because 13 is a good number, right, Alan?
right?
It's complicated.
It's a complicated.
It's Jess Porter's birthday.
It is?
She probably won't make it.
We'll have to have cake for it. It's the last meeting, we'll have cake anyway.
So did you get those, Debbie?
Yes,
I
I've
got
got,
them.
August 16th at 5:30, August 30th at 6 o'clock, September 13th, October 11th, November 14th, which is a Wednesday, December 13th, January 10th, February 14th, March 14th, April 23rd is a Tuesday, May 21st is a Tuesday, June 13th.
And we're doing 6 o'clock for all of it except for the 16th.
Yeah. Unless you want to start that, but you.
No.
No,
No.
5:30 is tough.
6 o'clock's good.
That's okay?
Would you get the, your board's work?
Yep.
So this month, we're doing the 16th and the 3rd, and after that,
After that one.
I'll just get a list of you. Punch it
I
fast
will,
enough.
it'll be a
That's why
Word
we're gonna
document
see
in
how
a minute.
useful paper is.
Absolutely. Mr. Lawrence.
So we kind of, did we have a motion?
Yeah, you did have a
I'll
motion.
leave
on
it,
this,
you
huh?
get it,
Okay.
Ellen and Corey. did it.
Perfect. All in favor?
Aye.
Please note, sorry, one more. Please note meeting dates may change due to scheduling conflicts.
Right.
Thanks. Now we'll move to 2.35. Motion to appoint so-and-so to the Board of Education representative, as the Board of Education representative to the Elementary Steering Committee and somebody else to the Secondary Steering Committee.
Well, I'll move, and we have to fill it in the
Yeah.
discussion part, right? All right. So somebody second it, and then we can figure out who's doing what. Second.
Okay, thank you both. Discussion, so last year, I was on the elementary steering, just giving history, and Stephanie was on the secondary. So that's just history.
I had the same problem I had before. I'm up in Utica. I can't get back here usually during the school day, so.
What time are those meetings?
The elementary meeting flip-flop depending on who the group is. So we did one at 3 and one at 6 every other month. Is how that worked. It could change depending on who the group is, but we had one member that couldn't be there at the early time, and we had some people that couldn't be there at the late, so we tried to make that work. I think the secondary was in the evening.
I think so,
I don't know the exact time, but
And they're once a month?
yes.
I can do an evening in a month.
Okay. So do you want to do elementary since?
Or second.
Or
Secondary.
That's
Well, you'll have a secondary student too.
You want to do secondary, Cory?
Well,
I can do that.
Does anybody else want to jump in, or can I stay as the elementary? Okay.
You're staying, Michelle?
Yep. So we need a motion to appoint Michelle as the Board of Education representative. We already have a motion, sorry. So Michelle is elementary steering and Cory as the secondary steering.
I'll move.
Second.
Seconded.
We already did.
Yeah.
Just gotta vote.
Okay, aye.
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 Aye. Opposed? Okay. Now, motion to appoint as the Board of Education representative to the Hamilton Emerald Foundation. And that was, oh, I need a motion, sorry.
Move.
Second.
That was Harry, correct?
Mhm.
Harry, would you want to do that again?
Yeah.
Would anybody else like to steal it from him?
Chance.
Continuity's a good thing.
Okay. So all those in favor of Harry sticking with it?
Aye.
I'll abstain.
He should have voted no.
A motion to appoint, well, this is the advisory representative, a motion to appoint 2 members as the representatives to the advisory committee. Motion.
I'll move.
Second.
And then I have questions.
It's in red for a reason.
Is this new?
This.
I don't remember any of us being on an advisory committee.
You know, since I've been here, there has not been a meeting. But I believe there was a time
This is your own.
when
Is this the one that you and I were on? Oh, okay.
You know what
That's
it's
what
about.
well, I wasn't sure if it was the same thing or not.
Because of the way it's stated, yeah.
Yes, because of the way it's stated.
Yeah. Oh, how's it stated?
Just advisory.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
wasn't, it was not clear to me that that was the same thing, I'm sorry.
That's the
HTA advisory committee.
Board Advisory Committee. It's in red because I was asking, is this something the board created? Is this something that was an agreed upon thing? Does the board want to continue it if the board created it? If it was an agreed upon thing, where is the board with the association on this? So those are questions that I raised, and Debbie and I talked about. In addition, I'm gonna really stick my big Italian nose into this one.
Go for it.
In addition, my management style is that the superintendent meets with union advisory, whatever, and I don't know. And we've done it. There is a contractual advisory committee, and I've met with the union on all kinds of matters, negotiations forward.
So this.
So I don't know where the board's at.
This came about because there were communication difficulties. And this was a facet to try to help manage those
It's a bridge.
communication
Okay.
areas. It has not, since you've been here, been something that you've been to, because each time the meeting comes up, the HTA has written to Ellen and I and said that things are in good working order
Well,
at that.
I think
each
it was, we're
month.
gonna continue to beat on Pete.
So
You said
it,
you wanted it that way.
I
it
do,
seemed
this,
to be,
I believe that, you know.
it seemed to be, things seem to be working as the HTA had hoped it would be at this point. I'm speaking out of turn because I just said as the HTA hoped, and I am not part of that group. But we have not had a meeting. I would be okay with tabling this or voting it down, either way, for the time being. And if it's something that the HTA feels that is needed again, then that could be something that could be brought back to us and requested, and we could then.
I would amend it just a little bit, and I see where you're going, but to me, let's appoint 2 people and leave it up to HTA to call the meeting again. And then we have it and we're ready to go. If something happens, they needed it, you'd be in place, you'd be able to go. If they don't ask for another meeting, it doesn't need. It doesn't matter that people are assigned to it, they just don't meet.
Is the superintendent a part of this?
Yes.
meeting?
Yes.
And if the superintendent is not there, then another building administrator took the superintendent's place. so that there was always an administrative body.
I think the question becomes, do we want to leave this in place? And I think Pete's point is Pete's point. We did this in crisis. We agreed to this sort of committee at a time of crisis, or at least what I would have considered a time of crisis, when this was the case. It is an HTA committee that we are invited to attend. The board said that we would not attend without the superintendent because we did not want to undermine the superintendent, and that was very much a part of what went on. But it is not technically a board committee. The board was invited.
So this is an HTA committee? And the board was invited to attend an HTA committee meeting?
So it was created out of a process of talks, of trying to figure out how to bridge a gap of distrust and poor communication and all of those things. And when we began talking about creating a committee, it became clear that if it was a board committee, it was bound by public meeting laws, it was bound by all of those pieces. And so what evolved was an HTA committee that the board was invited to. So that's how it evolved.
But I think that speaks even more to the fact that it's not ours to do away with it.
That's different.
If it's their committee, we should have 1 or 2 people assigned to it. If they call and request us, fine. If they never do, fine.
Yeah. I thought it was a board. I thought it was a board. I thought the board created this advisory. No.
It's not technically a board committee. The board was part of creating this agreement and this concept, and this is how it played out.
So HTA.
I do understand Paul's thoughts, and I would be okay with that, and in hopes of not needing it.
Yeah, if they never call all year, terrific. I would even say I don't know that we need 2 people. That's fine if it is, but.
I think we did that originally for good ears, because people listen differently.
I just think it gives you more flexibility with all of our busy schedules if there's only 1, but that to me is no point to get hung up on. You know, we've got 2 right now. If we've got 2 people to be there, fine, and then hopefully they never get called. But I also wouldn't want us to be the ones to say we're not gonna do this anymore. Let it be them to say we don't need this.
Or don't need the meeting.
Yeah.
Right?
We want to see if that's how they feel before we.
Do we want to table it and have and make contact with the
That's
HTA before
That's fine also.
determining what to do with it?
I could do that on behalf of the board.
Because my one concern is that it seems like there's a lot of people who would like to have direct access to the board, right? And so, at what point do we comply with every single one of those requests?
Right.
Like, what's the most just and equitable?
Well, and they have new leadership too, so let's table it, put it to
Yeah,
them.
and
see what
I'll talk to
happens.
HTA and I'll come back. Okay?
So can I have a motion to table this motion?
I'll move that.
I'll second.
All those in favor to table the advisory representatives for another meeting?
All right.
Aye.
And I'll start with the association
Yep, I
president.
think that's perfect. I think that's perfect, and that's, yeah, I think that's,
Discussion.
Mm-hmm.
2.38, motion to approve the secondary and elementary student code of conduct as recommended by the principals.
I'll move.
Second?
Discussion?
We didn't approve any changes, so it hasn't changed, right?
Some of that.
What?
I knew I had this thing.
It was
You're
in
like
the same
6
place.
behind. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Didn't actually say that right.
A motion to adjourn our reorganizational meeting.
I'll move.
I'll second.
Discussion? In favor?
Oh.
Aye.
Aye.
All right. 1 down, 2 down.